The NBA playoffs have been nonstop action. We've got the latest of who's getting swept and who's moving on. An NHL legend makes his last appearance ending the reign for this king, plus an NHL playoff update. A hurricane hits Talladega Raceway with full throttle action. We'll hear more about this, plus we'll hear from the winner. We also have the latest from last week's NFL draft. Did teams pick up the right pieces? Plus, the Braves are on fire, Cobijones gets a statue, Roman Reigns and the Bloodline facing Backlash. All that and much more coming up next on They Be Talkin.
They be talking, 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 talking.
Welcome to another episode of They Be Talkin. This is Dizzy, giving you all a hello today. My homegirl, Shorty Bang Bang Brooke, she is on the mend. She is not feeling well. She will be back next week. But joining me today is my good friend Hernan. Hernan, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Hey, DC, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to get talking about sports today.
Right.
You know, a lot of action, a lot of things happening. How do you feel about talking about playoffs and NBA and NHL? You watch some NBA playoffs?
Yeah, of course, man. I be following all of it. So let's do it, man. First, let me say hello to Brooke. Get well soon, Brooke. Look, I'm the replacement. So please get well soon.
Yeah, you need to get well soon. You need to get well soon, Shorty Bang Bang,
Brooke,
because
please.
I can't do too many shows with this guy. Anywho,
right,
let's start in the association. The NBA playoffs are full swing, and I got a chance to catch a few of the games. By far, the biggest surprise for me is the Orlando Magic that have the Detroit Pistons almost on the verge of elimination. Did you see that coming, Hernan?
Yeah, no. I think no one saw it because the Orlando Magic they've been fighting to get into the playoff. They like we said in South America, they came through the window, and look what they are doing now. They are getting better and better. Well, the playoff it's another thing, man. The playoff it's another tournament. So let's see how it goes for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm very pleased to see that the Magic are taking full advantage of this opportunity, and you know, we'll see after today's game if they can take out Detroit. It's gonna be a crazy game over there in Detroit today. Meanwhile, we know that the Thunder and the Spurs have both advanced in the West. The Spurs took care of the Blazers, and the Thunder eliminated the Suns. How do you feel about the Spurs? I know you're a big Spurs fan because you followed Manu.
Exactly. So I'm really happy for them, and I'm rooting for them. Even I'm a Lakers fan, you know that, because I live in LA, so that's my team. But my heart now is with San Antonio too, because of Manu. He is in the team as a helping the coaches. So let's see how it goes for them. Happy for them they did it, and just see what are the Lakers gonna do now. What do you think? What do you feel about it?
I think the Lakers have to take care of business against the Rockets. They need to finish them off, because if you give Kevin Durant a little bit of life, you never know what could happen in that series. And you don't want to know what happens in that series. You just want to take care of business quickly, because you got to face the Thunder next, and you don't want to show up to the Thunder a little bit tired. As far as the Spurs go, if you haven't made the connection, Hernan was born in Argentina. Manu Ginobili was born in Argentina. That's where they like each other. That's where they love each other.
Yes. We all love Manu.
The mano de Dios. The mano de Dios.
The mano de Dios. Exactly. Yeah. So, and what do you think about? Let's go to the East Coast. What do you think about the Knicks?
I think the Knicks are struggling against a very, very, like, hot Atlanta team.
Yep,
There's no other way
they're
to put
tied.
it. They are tight
Yes.
in that series. So
Yeah.
is Cleveland with Toronto. Like those series are tight. Um, the Sixers winning in Boston to extend the series is another shocker. You know, it's the playoffs. You can't count anybody out. It's just it's just that type of environment. Anything can happen. Anything will happen. And before we can move off of the NBA, let's give a quick shout out to this year's Rookie of the Year. We're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about Cooper Flagg from the Dallas Mavericks, who becomes the fourth teenager to win the Kia NBA Rookie of the Year award. He joins names like LaMelo Ball, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James, all who did it at the age of 19. Cooper Flagg, my hat off to you, son. You are going
Yep.
to have a great career. Nothing but shining moments from you from here on out. How do you feel about Cooper Flagg, Hernan?
Well, man, he's doing a great season. He's as you say, he has a great career ahead. But the only question I have about him is he going to be in Dallas for long, or I think he should be in another team, maybe going to, I don't know, New York or LA or something like that, to be really competitive.
Uh, I think you're possibly right. I think that in order for Cooper Flagg to probably grow, he has to
Yeah,
probably leave Dallas. But then again, you never know. Dallas might leave Dallas and end up in
yeah,
Vegas.
that's what I'm saying.
That's the other thing.
It's the right time to jump out of the boat now.
It could be. It could easily be the right time for you to jump ship and just leave it. Like just be gone. Let's go.
The
Move on to
agent
the
had,
next.
yeah, the agent have a lot of work ahead, man.
Yeah, no, and not just that, but even the current ownership group for Dallas is threatening to leave the city because they didn't get a stadium.
Yeah,
So you never know. Right now, Dallas might end up in who knows? Dallas might end up in Las Vegas. The Mavericks might be the Las Vegas Mavericks.
and it could be a great decision for them.
Again, there's all these things, there's all these rumors. There's another team that's threatening to leave their city to go to Las Vegas. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Imagine that they are playing at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
That would be crazy.
That would be awesome, man.
Crazy.
That would be awesome.
Let's not close the book on that just yet. Meanwhile, the
All right.
ladies of the WNBA are buzzing in media day, and we can see how last year's Rookie of the Year, Paige Buchners, is looking sharp in her new Dallas Wings gear. She's entering her second year in the league, and she looks ready to go. Did you get a chance to watch much of the NBA, Hernan?
Yeah, not too much, but I really enjoy watching the girls play. I think they have a very interesting games, and this lady here, this lady has a big future ahead too, because she plays like a beast there.
And she showed it last year, and she is going to have some help this year. Um, but before we get to that help, Toronto Temple's number 6 pick in the WNBA draft this year, Kiki Rice, is bringing Bruin spirit to Toronto. Let's take a listen.
I definitely feel like I'm getting settled in, used to the city, used to the area. I'm loving the warm weather these past few days, but I'm loving it here so far.
And Kiki Rice is ready to go, looking sharp in Toronto. How do you feel about Toronto getting a team in the WNBA?
Well, it's amazing. Well, every expansion, even in the women's NBA, I think it's great because it gives the girls to have another chance to play and grow. It's a very interesting league. Let me say that, and it could be good for not only for the city and for the entire league too. They need to grow and they need to new investors.
And the league is growing, and also joining her in Toronto, Toronto being an expansion team, is Brittany Skies, who is shown in this video counting how many years she's been in the league. She is starting her 10th year in the league. She's one of the major players. She moved to the expansion draft. I think she's going to contribute really well to Toronto. I think this is a great move. I think Media Day is just so much fun because you get to see the personality of the players. And when you talk about personality, you cannot leave out the little guests that sometimes come along, like this. Look at that little guest. Look at that little guy stealing the show. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love it. The fact that you get to show your personality, you get to show your activity. Even the teammates are having fun with the little pup. Good times in Dallas, good times on Media Day. Can you believe that it's been 30 years of the WNBA?
30 years now. Yeah, it's a lot, and let's see how this new season goes, because I think it's going to be a great season for the WNBA. The teams are getting strong. The teams are working to make the league grow, and I think they're gonna slowly, but step by step. But they're gonna make it. They're gonna have a great season.
Yeah, and what we're looking at right now is the letter that on April 24th, so almost 30 years ago to this day, the Board of Governors making a decision to start the Women's Professional League. So kudos to the Board of Governors that finally got their act together and started a women's league, and kudos to the women who have been able to keep the league going. I think, having big names and having big stars join the league has benefited a lot. I think the WNBA is on a good track, and I hope to see great things this year from all the ladies.
Yes,
now,
let me say hello to Diana Taurasi, another Argentina in the league.
Another Argentinian in the league. This is we are being taken over. Man. We are being taken over, and I love it. And I love it because they bring in a different flavor. They bring in a different fire, and I love everything about that. Like, it's just great that the sport is growing and that we are seeing more Latin American players, more European players joining the WNBA, playing with the girls here, making the sport grow, making the level grow. Speaking of European players, we saw the end of a 20-year career come to an end when the LA Kings got swept by the Colorado Avalanche last Sunday, and we saw the last game for this guy, Anze Kopitar. Anze Kopitar, class act, the biggest king, just 20 years with LA. You got to take your hat off to Anze. It's hard to stay with one team for 20 years, and he did.
But do you think it's fair that his retirement was like this, like getting swept by the Colorado Avalanche?
I don't think it's the way that I wanted to see him go. It's definitely not the way that the Kings wanted to send him off. But the fact that the Kings came from out of nowhere to make the playoffs was actually just a feat in itself.
And what do you think it's going to do after now? Because the soccer players, we know what they do. They became coaches, they became investors or whatever.
I think Kopitar is going to take a year off. I think Kopitar after that will probably stay with the Kings organization, some kind of scouting and coaching capacity, and it would be great because he is a class act. His teammates after his last game.
He had an unbelievable career. Means so much to this organization, and it's going to be tough without him.
Just the presence he has, and I say it, but just the way he treats people. He treats the guys, in the back that no one sees, the exact same as his teammates, as if they're his friends. You hope that the guys that play with him And the guys that will come back here will take that and continue that on. No one's bigger than the team. And Kopi showed that every single day that I was here. Everyone was the same. He knows everyone's kids' names. These things that go by the wayside that star players in sports today, a lot of them don't do anymore. Kopi's a throwback and a classy human being.
And you can't say it any better. He did things the Kopi way. He did things right. His career stats, stand out.
Hopefully you talk to me like that.
Out. He won 2 Stanley Cups. He won 3 Lady Byng trophies. He won 2 Selk trophies. Mark Messier Leadership Award. He played 1,521 games with the Kings. He scored a team record 1,316 points for the Kings. You can't say anything more about this man. Thank you, Kopi. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. Right. Just thank you.
You want to cry? You want a tissue?
I need a tissue. I do need a tissue.
Okay. Okay.
But who's having a great playoff run is the Carolina Hurricanes, Logan Stankoven. He has a team record, 4 goals in 4 games. The Carolina Hurricanes swept the Ottawa Senators, and he scored a goal in each of the games. How do you feel about that performance?
Well, it's great, man. It's amazing, and it's the right time. It's the perfect timing because you need that if you are in playoffs. You need a player. You need to score, and you need that to get confidence. When the team has confidence, they can go far on this playoffs, maybe to the finals. Why not?
And we see that the Carolina Hurricanes are rumbling through the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Switching gears to baseball.
Wait.
Okay, hold on.
Before we go, you're not gonna say anything about the Anaheim Ducks?
No, they're in a fight with the Oilers. Until I see them beat the Oilers, I have nothing to say about the Ducks.
Okay.
They have to beat the Oilers. They have to eliminate the Oilers for me to say something positive about the Ducks.
All right. Just that. Well, you said something now. What?
Switching gears in baseball news, we saw the Dodgers got off to a record start, one of the best starts in their long career. But they had a couple of speed bumps and they lost a couple of games. And guess who was the first team to 20 wins?
Who?
The Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are the first team to 20 wins this year in Major League Baseball. And I know we still have a lot of games to play, about 120, but we got to say kudos to the red-hot Atlanta Braves. I mean,
wow, it's amazing. They did it very fast.
Our buddy Francisco Rivera is the voice in Spanish for the Braves.
Yep. So he should be very happy. I'm going to call him later to ask him about how he feels. But it's amazing. They are having a great start. Let's see how far they go. But what do you think about the Dodgers?
I think the Dodgers are doing well. I mean, they're only 1 game behind Atlanta, so they're not. It's not like they fell completely off the face. It's just they had a couple speed bumps. They lost a couple games. It happens. I think the Dodgers are the toughest team, and they're most likely the team from the National League that's going to go to the World Series. Whether they win the 3rd World Series in a row, whether they win the 3rd one in a row or not, that we'll have to see who they play. But I think they're the strongest team in the National League, and they should be in the World Series again.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the Dodgers, last year they started their season in Japan playing the Chicago Cubs. And Major League Baseball has made it a point to spread baseball all over the world. Well, last weekend, they took it to Mexico City. And we saw the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks take turns and split games in Mexico City. But the most wonderful thing that they did was spend time with the youth and the kids from the John Langdon Down Foundation. These images are priceless. These kids are having fun. You know, nothing
This is
like
great.
nothing like a little sport to bring smiles to the faces of these young kids.
Yeah, and if the way you have to, is the way you just
It's just an amazing way to spread the love for baseball. It's an amazing way to continue to spread the message of sports and competitiveness, and you just gotta love it. You just it you can't say anything bad about it. I think I've lost Hernan briefly, but we'll continue um, until we see him come back. Baseball is doing the right thing. Baseball is doing great. I just love the fact that we're seeing the spread of sport to the youth, that isn't doing that isn't necessarily in the best of circumstances, but we're spreading the love. We're spreading the you know it's just great. It's just great. Last week we also saw the NFL draft come and go, and some really, really, really shocking things in this first round of the NFL draft. Not so shocking, the Raiders taking Fernando Mendoza as their first overall pick. I think, Fernando Mendoza's got a bright future ahead, and the Raiders did right by picking him first. The Cleveland Browns also had a big first round as they took Spencer Fano, an offensive lineman, and Casey Conception, a wide receiver. The Browns and the Raiders drafted a total of 10 players each in this year's draft weekend. So that's 10 picks over 7 rounds. I got a feeling that the rebuild for both the Browns and the Raiders is absolutely on point. I don't see anything wrong with them just doing the things that they have been doing to rebuild their teams. I see nothing but good things ahead for Las Vegas and for the Cleveland Browns. Absolutely, you got to just enjoy what you're seeing out of those teams, and what the front offices have done as far as the draft. Also on the draft, we saw Ohio State get 11 players drafted, but that's not the only thing that happened for Ohio State, as Ohio State also have now the 11 players that started the 2025 National Championship game be drafted by NFL teams. That is unheard of, to see 11 players who started the 2025 NFL, like NCAA National Championship, get drafted to the NFL. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. I think it's absolutely insane. I think this is crazy. When they say that Ohio State's an NFL factory, I believe the Buckeyes are that. It is absolutely crazy. The Buckeyes are on the map. They're here to stay. They are doing amazing things. They are by far the most successful college football team to produce NFL players. They led this year's draft also with 11 getting drafted in total. A couple schools followed closely with 10. But the one school that shocked everybody was Navy, producing 2 players for the very first time in the NFL draft. And we're talking about Landon Robinson and Eli Heinrich. Young men, we not only applaud the fact that you were both drafted because you both earned it, but we salute you for your service to our country and for all the work that you have done to get to where you are. Navy, Annapolis, you did right by these 2. Hopefully the NFL can do right by them as well. Switching gears real fast, we're going to see if Hernan is back. Hernan, can you hear me? Because it sounds like you're muted. Maybe not. Anywho, from the gridiron, we turn to the pitch, and a lot of action in football, but the other football, Uh, we will talk briefly here about what happened in match day 5 of the NWSL. The San Diego Wave kept their pace atop the table with their 5th straight win, a club first. Sophia Wilson scored her first goal back since returning from maternity leave. The Washington Spirit put on a dominant show, 4-0 win over Kansas City Current, which saw Trinity Rodman score her first of the season, and Paraguayan national Claudia Martinez scored her first goal in NWSL history and the first goal scored by a woman of Paraguayan origin. Congratulations, Claudia. Barbara Branda scored a brace for Orlando in the loss to Racing St. Louis. She now leads the Golden Boot race. Kudos to you, Barbara. And then the Utah Royals won their 3rd consecutive game for the first time in club history. Jordan Silkowitz tied a single game save record, stopping 12 shots for Bay FC in their loss to Gotham FC 3-0. Now, if they lost 3-0, imagine how big that scoring margin would have been if Jordan did not make those saves. Quick wrap up of the NWSL right there. Kudos to the ladies. You guys are putting on a great show. Before I continue, Hernan, are you here? Maybe, yes, no. Please, no. Okay. He's not back yet. But we go and we move on to MLS. MLS Matchday 9. Boy, just a lot of madness in match day 9 of the MLS. We've got Hernan back. Hernan, are you with us?
I'm here, man. I don't know what happened.
I believe it's the fact that we called you last minute and you're not in a very good place with the reception. But
Maybe.
You just missed on the NWSL match day 5, but we're about to get into the match day 9 of MLS. And the madness that happened in New York City, where they tied 4-4 with FC Cincinnati, the Red Bulls and DC United also scoring a 4-4 game, and Toronto FC tying the Philadelphia Union 3-3 midweek. Crazy action.
A lot of goals, man.
But nothing more crazy than the end of the Toronto FC game. Let me bring this up. You cannot say enough about Luka Gavran scoring this goal for Toronto.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper in the 90th minute just bringing the stadium to a frenzy, scoring the most unlikely of goals, and it's just, we just got to see it again. We just got to see it again.
Yes.
It's just insane. Like,
and he knew it. He knew it. He's going to score. He went there because he knew it. This is how confident a player could be, and it's just great for him and for his teammates to have that kind of guy, that kind of goalkeeper, so confident that you not only know that he's gonna save you in your own goal, but he can score. He can score either, and that's great.
No, he's a goalie doing number 9 things.
Yeah, like Campos
doing number 9 things,
or like Chilaver, the Paraguayan. It's amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's rare and it's very nice to see, and it was absolutely a wonderful finish to match day 9.
What do you think about the standings?
We cannot talk MLS without talking about how hot San Jose is. Best start in MLS history. They have won 9 of their 10 games. This week, midweek, they beat Austin 5-1, and then they beat St. Louis 3-2. I don't see anybody stopping San Jose recently. They took it to LAFC. They took it to Sporting Kansas City twice. They took it to Atlanta. They took it to Philadelphia. They beat San Diego. Their only loss so far is Seattle.
And you know what? It's amazing how they did it, because they lost some key players for the last season to this one, they lost Espinosa, they lost Lopez Munoz, they lost the guy I don't remember the name that went to LAFC. So it's amazing how they become this team now. You know,
And I think it ends up falling back on good old Bruce Arena and how he's been able to rebuild the franchise. Because
yeah.
you're also talking about key players that they lost. They lost the Venezuelan Martinez.
Yes, Martinez too. Yes, I forgot Martinez. Yes, they lost a lot of key players, and maybe that's what they need. You know?
Or maybe they needed those players last year for the
Yeah,
kids who are playing this year to
exactly.
basically say, okay, that's how they did things. We don't need to do things that way. We need to do things this way. And
This
and
way, yeah.
and and
It's
they are
only
they
here. It's only here.
completely they are doing things absolutely the right way. Another one who's doing things the right way, and we gotta mention it, is Hanymukhtar of Nashville. He
Oh,
is
he's
the
a great
third
player.
fastest player to reach 150 goal contributions in MLS. He joined Nashville in 2020, and the only players to do it faster than him, Preki and Landon Donovan. That's some
Yeah,
good company to be in.
of course. And Mukhtar, he's a great player. I saw him playing, and not only this is the kind of player that not only can play with the ball, he plays without the ball, and he's great. He's one of the best players in the league. But those players, I I call them the silence players because you maybe don't hear a lot of them. You maybe they are not in the spotlight all the time, but they make the difference.
And Hanymukhtar made a difference the minute he stepped on the pitch for Nashville. He had nobody to help him out, and he created his own offense. And
Exactly.
now that he has some help, he is shining, and it is absolutely great to see. I love to see the way that the Nashville plays. I don't want to face them in the playoffs anytime soon, but
But wait, you have to go to playoff first. I'm just saying, you are in a 10th position now.
speaking of great players,
Yeah,
Sunday afternoon, Legends Plaza, just outside the LA Galaxy's home, Dignity Health Sports Park, had a third statue installed. That third statue belongs to none other than Cobijones. That is the moment that the statue was unveiled. Uh, Cobijones played his entire 12-year career for the Galaxy and MLS. He won 2 MLS Cups, 1 CONCACAF Champions Cup, 2 U.S. Open Cups. He holds the record for all-time appearances for the U.S. men's national team with 164. He was elected to the National Soccer Hall of Fame in 2011. And this year, he is the official community ambassador for the 2026 World Cup. His statue joins Landon Donovan and David Beckham's in Legends Plaza. Congratulations, Cobijones. Thank you, Cobijones, for being the number 13 of this team for this long. And you continue to be a wonderful ambassador for the sport. You know, you've met Kobe, Hernan. What can you say
yes,
about
and a
Kobe?
legend. I work with him in MLS, and I have to. If I have something to say, I have to call the VAR because he made a foul on me on the
No,
airport
what do you
from
mean?
behind. From behind, he just fouled me. I was waiting on the gate to get to board, and suddenly I felt something on my knees, and when I was almost fall, and when I turned out, it turns out that it was Kobe fouling me. So I want to call the VAR to reverse that play.
Good old Kobe doing Kobe things.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a legend,
you
man.
know,
He's a great
uh,
guy. He's a great
I,
man.
I met Kobe Jones right before the 1994 World Cup. outside of a baseball card shop in Diamond Bar. He was there signing autographs, and I got an autograph on a soccer card promoting the '94 World Cup. I still have that. I have it framed. I'll never forget his kind words. I'll never forget how simple and how down to earth he is as a
Yeah, he's
person.
he's
He's
great.
just absolutely great. And then thank you to the Galaxy because I also have my own little replica statue of Kobe.
You need Kobe to sign it.
I'll find him. I'll find him at
Yeah,
the stadium one day, and I'll get him to sign it. He's always around, you know.
yeah, of course. He always
He
goes.
he he. He's a wonderful ambassador. He's a wonderful person. He's a wonderful human being. I couldn't think of a better way for Kobe to be recognized than with that. It is, some sad news though in MLS. There's a statement from the Vancouver Whitecaps
Yes,
uh,
they're gonna move.
regarding the possible sale of the team. The Whitecaps posted after social media is in a frenzy with the Save the Caps hashtag. We are aware of today's reporting. This was on Monday. The club has faced well-documented structural challenges around the stadium, economics, venue, access, and revenue limitations that have made it difficult to attract buyers committed to keeping the team in Vancouver. Over the past 16 months, that's almost a year and a half, we have had serious conversations with more than 100 parties, and to date, no viable offer has emerged to keep the club here. It remains a strong preference of this ownership group to keep the team in Vancouver, and if there's a local ownership group with the vision and the resources to chart the path forward, we urge them to come forward. Um, Hernan, what is happening with Vancouver?
I think they're gonna move, man. I don't know. It's sad for the city. It's sad for the league. It's sad for Canada either. I don't know if they're gonna move in Canada or they're gonna come here to the U.S. But it's sad when that kind of thing happen because the first thing you think is not about the, the team; it's about the fans. It should be very sad to be a fan and lose your team. You know, what what are you gonna do? Just keep cheering for them when they became, I don't know, the Las Vegas Whitecaps. I don't
Let's
know.
not forget that back in 2001, the NBA's Vancouver Grizzlies, after 6 seasons, left for Memphis.
Yes.
So it's not the first time that teams have faced financial struggles in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. The question is, what is going on in Vancouver?
That's just crazy to me. Now, do we want to see Vancouver move to Sacramento, Las Vegas, Phoenix, or Indianapolis? Because that's who the teams are getting offers from. I would say no, but I
I
don't have the
think,
millions of dollars to keep the team in Vancouver.
yeah, I think the reality is that probably Las Vegas, because we all know that Las Vegas wanted to have a soccer team, a basketball team, a hockey team, and maybe a baseball team either, and they have them all playing in Las Vegas. So they have the Raiders now. They have the Las Vegas Lights. They are getting teams and teams, and there are a
They're
lot of
getting the
investors
Athletics
there.
from Oakland. They're
The
getting the Athletics
Athletics,
from
yes,
Oakland.
and they have investors, and uh, you know, I think Las Vegas is gonna be like the biggest sports city in the U.S. maybe in a couple of years from now.
And to add fuel to the fire, the
Yeah.
Vancouver Whitecaps currently sit in second place in the West, and they were last year's MLS runner-up to Miami.
Yep. Yeah,
So
so the team is doing great.
the
It's
team
not
is
about
doing
the
great.
team. It's not about the team. It's about the investors and the money. Yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about the money, money, money.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Switching gears to the racetrack, the eyes of the racing world were on Talladega, and not because of the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, which was a great movie, by the way, but the Ballad of Carson Hosmar, who finally won the checkered flag. The Hurricane, as he is known for his disruptive style on the track, edged Chris Boucher by 0.11 seconds. And what he had in store for the fans in Talladega was absolutely amazing because his celebration was just crazy. His 6'4" frame could reach the pedals as he sat literally outside the window, celebrating with the fans and waving at the fans. Uh, he even did a burnout with the fans in that position. He was having fun. The NASCAR fans were having fun. Talladega was having fun.
Yes.
Uh, Absolute amazing, amazing atmosphere. This is Carson after the race.
Like every time I've ever, just see the crowd, I never really got to hear them. I've had this thought up for a while, and I've messed it up every which way to not be able to do it. And I don't care if it took 20 minutes or whatever, I was going to figure out how to do it. It took me a while. I'm out of breath. But I'm so thankful. This is the biggest dream I've ever thought of. Thank you, everybody. I couldn't have done it in any better way. Hopefully my grandpa's watching. My grandma died last year, so I'm so thankful that I can give my grandpa a trophy now and wish my parents were here. But all thanks to Jeff Dickerson. We rode the dead day today, that's for sure. And I gotta wear some heat waves. Everybody's here. I mean, just unbelievable. I'm just so thankful. Thank you.
Wow.
Absolutely great moment for Carson. Speaking of racing, Formula One is back this weekend. We are going to see Formula One in Miami. The Miami Grand Prix is this weekend. Do you think Mercedes will continue to be on a roll after this long hiatus? Keep in mind, we missed a couple of races because of the conditions, the safety concerns in the Middle East.
Yes, and I think, this is crazy how Mercedes and Ferrari are fighting since the last couple of seasons to this one, and it's gonna be an amazing race because they are fighting for not only for the drivers championship. The most important to me, the most important thing here is the teams championship, which is it's just so hard, man. They are fighting so hard, and it's gonna be an amazing race. I want to see how Colapinto does because the last Sunday he been in with his car in Buenos Aires, just going around the streets with 600,000 people watching him and receiving him like a real hero. So let's see how it goes. He's been with Messi and De Paul yesterday, and let's see how the Argentinian do. Maybe he got his first career win.
Maybe, and you know what? You can't discredit a guy like Checo Perez in this race because this is the type of race that Checo Perez is known to be very competitive in, and we can't leave out Verstappen with Red Bull. This is his type of race as well, so I feel this is going to be a very competitive race for Formula One, and I hope it's great for us watching it.
Yes, and be careful with McLaren because Lando and Piastri they are there they are like waiting to get the shot and jump into this fighting against while Mercedes and Ferrari are fighting each other. Maybe McLaren can make it. Don't yes, just keep them in mind.
It's very competitive in Formula One, and the team standings or the team competition is one that's going to be very tight, I feel, going down the stretch. How are you up to speed on wrestling?
I'm very good at resting, not wrestling, so I can rest for a lot of hours.
Okay. Wow. The WrestleMania fallout continues, and the ripples in our current lives as we approach WWE Backlash on May 9th in Tampa. Seth Rollins has been very upset about his loss to Gunther, blaming his loss and to the interference by Braun Breaker, and thus they have a collision course as Rollins and Breaker will face each other in a grudge match. Uh, Rollins and Breaker have been at it. Rollins even got to the mic and said that Breaker was the second best Steiner. That's just insane because you don't want to upset this bulldog. Listen to him backstage.
Everyone has been so desperate to try to figure out how to control me, when the answer has been the same since the beginning. All they have to do is take the cuffs off my back and the chains off my ankles and let the dog out.
Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins. We will see that match at Backlash. We also have confirmation that we will see Io Sky versus Asuka. These are two of the best Japanese wrestlers in history, and we are going to be treated to this match at Backlash in Tampa. This is just one of the great things about wrestling when you start bringing in wrestlers from outside and then you get to showcase their talents. Have you seen much Japanese wrestling, Hernan?
No, I don't. I don't think.
The Japanese wrestling is very strong style, very hard hitting, very flying. Like it is the best of the hardcore wrestling in the U.S. and the high flying wrestling of Mexico combined. It is absolutely insane. They are by far the best athletes. And in the craziest of storylines, we will see Roman Reigns face off with Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns and his little cousin are not having a good time. They have been at each other's throats, and most recently, Jacob Fatu choked out the tribal chief. The Samoan werewolf is one not to mess with, and he is proving that as we will see them face off with each other in the main event in Tampa. Hernan,
who do you think is going to win?
I got a feeling that Roman Reigns is going to cheat to win, but I think Roman Reigns will win that match.
Okay, because he's very mad.
because it's just the way that Roman does things sometimes.
Okay.
But if you need to brush up on your wrestling history, you have to see Hulk Hogan, Real American, a 4-part docuseries on Netflix. Here's a little taste.
Actually there as a kid, and the building was so perfect for what was about to happen.
I'd never experienced anything like it because it was just such an emotional and sensory overload. I mean, it was better than a high. I've done my share, and this was like the best high I've ever been on.
Hulk Hogan is here! Hulk Hogan's here! Hulk Hogan is in the building!
And this is the day that Hulk Hogan turned bad, and this is the day that we saw wrestling change forever. Hulk Hogan turning into a bad guy. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody had ever even dreamed of it. And WCW did it. And this is all part of the 4-part docuseries that is on Netflix. I tried to watch one episode, and I had to watch all 4. It's that good.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to watch it.
It's that good.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to watch it. Well, Hogan, it was a very controversial guy, but it was a character, and we all knew it. And he played that character very, very well. And
you can't say anything more about the late great Hulk Hogan. He was the epitome of the character, a real American. Hernan, I lost you again. I thank you for your participation today. I really appreciate the fact that you came in to fill in the shoes of Shorty Bang Bang. Shorty, I wish you a speedy recovery. We cannot close this day without showing you what happened 40 years ago today at Fenway Park. And that is Roger Clemens striking out 20 batters, becoming the first to ever do it in a 9-inning game. He did it versus the Mariners. He did it, like I said, in Fenway Park. And he became the first in a short list of 4 pitchers to ever achieve this feat. And he is the only one to ever repeat it, as he did it 10 years later against the Detroit Tigers in September of 96. The other pitchers to ever achieve this feat were Kerry Wood, Randy Johnson, and Max Scherzer. Kudos to the Rocket, Roger Clemens, for becoming the first pitcher ever in Major League Baseball to achieve this historic feat of striking out 20 batters in a 9-inning game. I thank all of you for tuning in and humoring me as I tried to ride this ship without Shorty Bang Bang today. Shorty, again, we miss you. We need you. We need you back. The show's not the same without you. This is Dizzy signing off. We will see you next week for another episode of They Be Talkin.
They be talking, 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 talking.